Okay, dreamer please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm extremely tired because I just completed Dunfrost T15. I'm sure probably some of you may have already done it, but yeah, it took me this long. So I'm gonna just go through with you guys the strategy based on what I have watched from other YouTubers as well. My setup is definitely not the most accessible, I admit, because I'm extremely bad okay when playing this. So I tried without the revive and immortal accessories, and it will not be possible for me. If you are a really skilled player, then for sure go ahead, because I'm sure, you know, if you watch other YouTubers videos, they do have more accessible builds. You can use that as reference as well, but I will just tell you guys what to look out for when you're attempting this raid. So skill up for Adele, Shane has attack and attack speed, Cosette has crit, and Karin has skill cooldown set, okay? So when I enter the battle, I tend to control Adele, and I will let Adele take the first hit, and then I run downwards. Okay, he will use his cone shape, and then he will use Frozen Blast, which Adele will actually lure away from your whole team. He will then charge after that, which you can avoid as well. Okay, after that, he will cast Cold Wind Blade, and also make sure to dodge it, and then cycle back to him with Adele. Adele will lure all his basic attacks. As you can see, it's a straight line one here, and a stomp, and then he will do a semicircle. Okay, there's another one that includes the cone shape one that also could be used by him, so there's a variation of 4 basic attacks. As you can see, as he's charging his Essence of the Cold, I immediately run already to the crystal, okay, in order to kill it before he reaches me. And by the time he reaches me and wants to charge at me, I'm already on to the next crystal. So that's how I kind of manage my time and damage in this case. There are other players that actually just control Adele with him beside Dunfrost, and the other 3 heroes will automatically go kill the crystals based on the rally. Okay, so that's one strategy you could do as well, but in this case I prefer to keep all my heroes together because I have a better idea of where they are, especially because I'm using Cosette. So the problem with Cosette in this particular raid is that she is always lagging behind and always tends to get targeted by Dunfrost, and that's not a very good thing because you need to keep her alive for the damage, right? And there are many times where I find myself having to control Cosette and running for her life. In that case, losing out a lot of damage within a certain period of time. Okay, so that's not very ideal. When he uses Ice Breaking Spike, you don't have to worry about any charges. He only charges after Cold Wind Blade and the Frost thing. Can't remember the name. But yeah, so for his basic attacks, again, just try to dodge it, straight lines or cones, you know. You have to time the running of Adele properly, okay, because it is possible to dodge, but if you are just a second off, okay, the game will just take it as you are in range and he will damage you. Frost Hell, that's another problem as well, because with using ranged heroes, you need to keep your eyes on all of them, and they could be spread out across a wide area. So yeah, that's one of the problems as well. Now if he uses this snowfield wave, it's actually pretty good because you can actually run away from it and he'll be just charging over there. But just take note that he will have a charge move right after snowfield wave, so drag your heroes away from that line of fire. Okay. You have to destroy the crystals, by the way. Okay, there's no option here. Try to destroy the recovery one first, then the attack one, then the defense one, or the defense one or attack one. Either one doesn't matter in terms of order, I feel, depending on which one is nearer to you, because time is of the essence here and you want to hit the nearer one first, but definitely kill the recovery one first at all costs. Okay, so here again, basic skills. Okay, after his charging skills, he tends to use basic skills, so just remember that. So I think that this run is definitely not one of the best runs you will see, not one of the luckiest runs either, because you realize that he did not use his ultimate at all so far, and we are already halfway in the match. So I consider this to be quite unlucky, to be honest. Usually he will have used an ultimate skill much earlier on, and maybe even used 2 at this point, but so far nothing. And you see that the berserk meter as well as his HP doesn't really go in line with each other. Usually it should match, right? So yeah, I'm still waiting for the ultimate, because if he does use his ultimate, you actually save a lot of time and you can dish out a lot of damage within that period of time. But he's just using skills, basic attacks, skills, basic attacks. So in a way it got a little predictable, and until now we finally got the ultimate where I can nuke him. Again, another thing I was a little worried about is my Cosette not critting, because sometimes she really doesn't crit and the damage output is very low. Another thing about Cosette is that because she needs to land a target on the boss, if she doesn't land a target, her ultimate is gonna be crap as well. Okay, so but that's something you can't really control in this case because there's so many other things to look out for. So I'm trying to kill the recovery crystal. Thankfully it died, but he went into berserk at this point with 10% HP left. Not the best situation for me because it's extremely scary and my heroes are just all over the place. I don't really know. At this point I was kind of panicking, to be honest. I don't know what's happening to all my heroes. So yeah, at this point I was pretty thankful he used his ultimate again, so I could do a suppression, and it was only here where I managed to be able to nuke him down, because if he didn't use this ultimate at this point, I think I would have died for sure. But to be fair to me, in this run you realize he only used it twice. I think some of you guys may even experience more than 2 ultimates, and that is going to be a great run for you. And yes, finally we cleared it. It took me 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours straight, and with a lot of frustration and depression to clear this. So we finally did it, and I hope this guide helped you in telling you what to look out for and how to maneuver your heroes. And if you did, do give a like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys some of the bad stuff that happened, like in this case. So the crystal didn't die fully, and instead I got hit super hard and I decided to give up. And here I was greedy for damage, so the frozen blast just straight up killed a lot of my heroes. I mean, if I didn't have the immortal ring, I would have died. And here I ran right against his charge, so obviously I will die. This part was very challenging for me because he had Cold Blade and then he had his Hell Frost thing going on just now. So I had nowhere to maneuver my heroes much, especially when you are looking at range heroes and melee heroes. Yeah, so it was quite challenging in that case. So for my Masteries, I actually went with defensive Masteries. If you look at level 15 and level 95, they are all flipped downwards. Okay, you can opt for defensive Masteries if you feel that you're taking too much damage, but to be honest, I felt that maybe offensive Masteries could have helped me in my damage better. Okay, so I am not too sure. Take note that I was using Swift formation also, because I felt that the Swift formation was much easier for me, in terms of moving around my heroes and outrunning his charge skills. This is my Divinity maxed out on the first page. Again, start with the red ones, then the green ones, then the blue ones. Finally, for the hero potential, my Cosette is on max attack, my Karin is on max HP and defense. For my Adele and my Shane is kind of there with the attack, but not exactly as well, because I felt like I'm not going to be using her long term, so I didn't really want to invest the last 2 bits. Okay, but for Adele, you may want to consider pumping his defense and HP even higher in case you feel that he's taking too much damage, because it really does help. Some of my friends have told me that it can be higher and it will prove to be better, okay, for him. And of course, I hope this video helped, and if it did, do give a like and subscribe to my channel. Big shout out to my channel members Christopher, Tom, Gonzalo, Jeremy, Fahas, Bilal, Yamaki and Reggie for their support. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much and see you!